Hey loves, so welcome back. Today we're going to be testing some new drugstore makeup. So grab a snack, get cozy, and let's get into it and do some glam. So I just prepped the eyelids with the e.l.f. Lock It Down eyeshadow primer. And I also applied a new lip mask. This is the Phyto Glow lip mask from Naturium. I got this at Ulta simply because of the packaging. I mean, this is huge and I love it. I've never owned a lip mask that is this large and in charge. But it feels really good on the lips, super hydrating and a little bit thicker. But it doesn't feel sticky. Like, it feels like a Laneige lip mask, which I used to love those, but this honestly I think feels even better. Also have a new eyeshadow palette. This is the Burn Book palette from Revolution. You guys know, if you watch my videos, I'm obsessed with Mean Girls. It's one of my favorite classic movies. I really like the packaging. It's like a just very cute and compact, not too big. This is what the colors look like. I like it. I love the mirror in here. I'm going to start off with this color right up top. It's like a muted cream shade. It has a little bit of like a shimmery finish. I'm going to put that all over the lid. I feel like so many different brands have came out with a Mean Girls collection, and I'm not mad about it because it really is such an iconic classic movie. Now let's go in with the shade Obsessed and Cool Mom. I'm just going to apply that as my transition color. Ooh, that's very, very pinky. And look at my mirror. It is perfect and very fitting with the eyeshadow palette. This was actually from Profusion. This collection came out a few years ago at Walmart, actually. I still have the palette. It is really cute. I love certain collections related to shows or movies because I feel like it's fun to collect. And Mean Girls is definitely, for me, one of those timeless movies that I rewatch every single year. I'm actually due for my yearly rewatch. I'm one of those kinds of people, like, I just like to rewatch movies. I mean, I do like a good new movie, but it's hard for me to commit sometimes to new movies. Like the early 2000 movies, those were my absolute favorite. They're so comforting, something about them, I don't know, it just makes your soul feel good, you know? They don't even really make movies like Mean Girls anymore, or like 13 Going on 30. Oh, that movie, that one also, that hits different now that I'm almost 30. I mean, 28, I still got 2 years, but you know, now that I'm older, I understand that movie a lot more, and it hits different. Anyways, this is super pink. It's cute. It's very pigmented. Makeup Revolution has really good eyeshadow formulas. I really enjoy them. I'm going to go in with this brown color right here. This one is in Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco. I'm going to just tap that on the outer lid. You already know the drill. I've watched Clueless. I've watched, what's another one? 10 Things I Hate About You. That's a cute one. There's a lot of good ones. Ooh, I like this color. I feel like it kind of toned down some of that pink and made it a little bit more like rich brown. I like this. I like pink eyeshadow, but I don't always think it's the most flattering, like when it's too bright on my skin tone and with my eye color, but this brown shade is gorgeous. Do you guys remember Blockbuster? That was one of my favorite things to do when I was younger. I used to go with my parents and we would rent movies. I would get a little snack on my way out, and it was just such a vibe. Oh my gosh. I wish that was still a thing. I think there's one more Blockbuster left in the entire United States. I believe it's in Oregon or one of those states, and I need to go because honestly that was my childhood, going to Blockbuster. Oh, I remember how it used to look and how it smelled when you walked in. So nostalgic. But I used to actually rent out Mean Girls there a couple times when I was younger, which honestly, looking back, I probably had no business watching Mean Girls when I was super young, but my parents, they just let me do it anyways. But what a time. Things are so different now. I feel like that's when you really appreciated movies more. Now we're gonna go in with the color Cheese Fries because it's actually calling my name. I'm not gonna spray by brush. I want to just see. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I want to see how the color looks on its own. It's more glittery than anything, so I'm just gonna use my finger so I can really pack that color on. Ooh, she is bronzed. She's bronzed in copper. I don't know if it's exactly the vibe I was going for, but I do like it. I thought it was going to be a little bit more gold, but it's still really pretty. It's more copper. You definitely need your finger for this shade because with the brush, for some reason, it doesn't really pick up the pigment. It picks up more of the glitter from the eyeshadow. I was gonna do, I don't know if this might mess up the look because I wanted to add a little bit of this purple color at first, but I'm like, do I want to do purple eyeshadow? I don't know. I kind of want to just like add it to the center a little bit just to see, just to give it like a little iridescence in there. I'm just tapping it in with my finger. I like that copper shade, but I don't know. I kind of just, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with it and just mix the shade and see what happens. It's just makeup at the end of the day, so just mix and match, and if anything, just blend it out and add a different color over top if you don't like it. I always like to use as many colors as possible, but I was originally going to go in with this purple color first, but I didn't know if it was going to be like a little bit too much, but now I'm kind of like, wait, I think I should have just went in with that color at first. And then I think, you know, the color that would actually go with this really well, this shade right here, it's called I'm a Mouse, duh. Oh, it's one of those like color shifting shades. It's like pink with a little bit of like a golden reflex to it. Oh, I'm just mixing a bunch of shades at this point. I'm like, should I have gone with that color first and then the purple? I don't know. And this is exactly why I'm always just constantly mixing shades, because I'm like I said, it's just makeup, like who cares, just mix and match. And especially when it's colors like this, you end up mixing them, and sometimes you just create your own really pretty, unique shade, and it ends up looking just fine. So when in doubt, just keep layering and blend it out. I really like this palette. This is really pretty. The mattes are creamy, they're blendable. The shimmers are shimmering. They are really nice to work with. They layer really nicely. I like them with the finger more than with a brush personally, but I think this is really cute. So I wasn't planning on doing the shadow wing, but this is pretty much my signature at this point, so are you really surprised? But I really like this color right here, Dramatic. It's just a black shade. It was so easy to work with. I'm just using a little angled brow brush. This color is actually really dark too, so I just start by kind of stamping that in right on my lash line. I'm barely tapping this in, and you can just see that pigment. This is an option too if you ever just kind of want to make your lashes appear a little bit more thick at the root. You can just tap a little bit of a dark eyeshadow right on your top lash line, and you kind of just stamp it in with a smaller brush just like that. New mascara alert, also from Revolution. This one is the 5D Whip Lift in Ultra Black. Ooh, we have a nice big wand. I like this wand because it's big, but it's not too aggressive. It is very dark. Definitely is ultra black. It's a little clumpy. Yeah, she's a little clumpy, but I love how dark it is. It doesn't really give a ton of length. I feel like it's a more kind of thickening mascara. I don't know if I really love it, honestly. Compared to the ones that I've been using, this one is clumpy. It has apparently an hourglass twisted brush that's supposed to grab every lash, which I do feel like it does. I just feel like the formula is just very wet, that my lashes are already drooping, which is unfortunate. So that is not good, but I love the eyeshadow palette. So let's move into the skin now. I have a new primer. So e.l.f. collabed with Tinder, which is very interesting. And this is the All Slick No Ick Face Primer. It's a hydrating primer, and it has an ultra flexible texture. Oh. It doesn't smell like anything. That is so interesting. It's like marshmallow fluff. It feels really good though. I feel like I needed that little boost of hydration, and it definitely gave me that. It's a little bit like, it feels like a serum on the skin. It doesn't feel as sticky as it looks like when I did that. Okay, that was actually a lot better than I thought. Based on the texture, like I was like, ooh, how is this gonna be? Because it looks like marshmallow fluff. But it actually blends a lot better than I was expecting, so that's good. It definitely just feels like a hydrating serum. There's no new foundation, at least that I've seen. I'm still obsessed with the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. I still feel like this is comparable to high-end foundations. I just love the way it wears. I love the coverage of it. So this is the winner. I'm going to mix the shade 25 Light Neutral and 30 Medium Warm. I have another one of these. The 30 Medium Warm might be a little bit too yellow. I don't know where my other one is, so that's why I'm just going to mix. But this is a beautiful foundation, and it's under $10. Which I feel like is crazy, especially during these times, to have a foundation like that. Ooh, that actually looks good, the two colors. I believe the other color I use is 31, not 30, medium warm, but 25 is my perfect mixing shade, and it just makes everything look Look, my perfect match. I love this foundation. I have two different blushes that I want to try out. So I picked up, this is also from the Mean Girls collection from Revolution. This is the You Can't Sit With Us cream blush palette. You get 4 shades. I think I'm going to just do like these 3 colors mixed. So this is the cream blush palette. I'm going to use the 3 lightest colors. All right, let's mix and let's see what we got. I love cream blushes like this. They're super blendable. And that has really pretty pigment. I'm gonna add that 4th shade in there, just a little bit, just to see. This color right here, let's do it. I'm just kind of add it up here, up top. It's like a berry color. Ooh, this is really pigmented. I'm gonna use my foundation brush over it to kind of just like tone it down a little bit. But that's gorgeous. I like that. Actually, I think all the colors are very wearable. It doesn't maybe seem like it, but when you mix them and blend them, and plus if you're doing the cream and then you add the powder, sometimes the powder tones down the blush anyway. So I do feel like this could work on different skin tones, even though it could look a little intimidating because it's darker, but it actually has a good blend to it, and you could always keep it light or build it up if you want more color. Now on the other side, I have these Baby Got blushes. It's a liquid blush from Essence. This one is in the color Dusty Rose. If I'm being honest with you, this packaging with the sponge applicator has not really been like my favorite lately, but now it's like every brand has it, which I mean, I get it, but I also just kind of wish we could bring back regular blush packaging. Even like an applicator would be better because this thing gets so messy. Let's blend this out. It's pretty, it's very light. I'm sure you could build it up though, maybe. I have a bunch of other colors in here too. This one is the Blush and Berry. Let's try the Blush and Berry. This is satisfying though when it first comes out. It's like pew. Okay. It smells good. It kind of smells fruity. It's very serum-y, this kind of blush formula. Oh, that's pretty though. Okay, so I guess we can look past the packaging because the color actually, it builds up nicely once you layer them. I mean, this color is darker than the other one, but that's pretty. Okay, so I actually like both blushes. I'll look past the packaging. Honestly, I'm still gonna buy blushes like this, but the packaging is not like the most ideal, but I guess, you know, if the formula is good, then it's all good. Add a little extra because there was some left over on the applicator. They also have 2 other colors right here, which I'm not gonna layer because we already have a lot of blush, but these other shades too. So they have some options. Very pretty. It's like a very serum-y kind of blush, but I think it has a good blend to it. It builds up pretty nicely as well. Of course, a blush like this, it's a cream, so it's gonna be just a little bit more practical in my opinion versus a liquid blush, but they both performed beautifully and I like the color, so these are a winner. I want to retry another product that I tried in my last testing new makeup video. A couple of you guys were like, this is not for your face, but it's the Revolution Precise Contour and Highlight. Yeah, technically this is really, I feel like, meant for your nose because it's so small. So I'm going to use the color medium. I'm going to just do a little bit of this right down my nose. I have used it a couple times since that video. I still think it's an okay product. NYX has a contour stick that I think is honestly just a little bit better formula than this one, but I do like the concept of this, especially for the nose. It is going to be a little bit more on the cool tone side because it's a contour stick. I also should have mentioned that in the video because I was kind of using it to bronze my skin, which technically bronzer is going to be more bronzed, you know, more orangey warm. Contour is going to be a little bit more cool just to give you more of a shadow. So I do think this product is best for your nose. I wish it came in more than 3 shades, but it does work. But it's not my favorite. I still feel like even with this color medium, it kind of gives a little bit of a shadow and some color, but it's not too intense. So I just wish maybe they had a couple more colors. But it does give a little light shadow to the nose, I think. So it's not bad. And you do get a highlight on the other side. So if you wanted to, you could just like kind of highlight your nose after your makeup is complete. Or before, just like that, you know? I don't feel like it does a lot though. Like the pigment, like it kind of blends away into not a lot of color in my opinion. That's why I think I like the NYX one a little bit more, because I feel like you just get a little bit more with the contour stick. You get more product as well. It's a little bit bigger. Now for concealer, I'm going to use the Ulta Beauty Complexion Crush Full Coverage Concealer. I already have tested this out, but I don't have a brand new affordable concealer. So this is like one of the newest ones that I tried within the last few weeks. I'm going to go in with the color Medium Neutral. When I first retested this out, I didn't really love the way it wore. It kind of just like creased on me excessively, but I'm always retesting out products and sometimes it could be the skin prep or something underneath. So we're going to try it again. Because I used to love this concealer back in the day and they reformulated, I believe. So it does have a nice creamy finish. I think the coverage is actually nice. Like it looks really good today. I always like to give products multiple chances because sometimes, like I said, your skin prep can interfere with it or maybe the other products you use with it. So now we have new powders. This one is from Lottie London. It's the Brightening Pink Loose Setting Powder. So I'm going to try this on this side, and then I have another one from Revolution. This is the She Doesn't Even Go Here powder, and this one is again a part of the Mean Girls collection. This one also looks a little pinky, which I would assume it's pink because the Mean Girls, but I'm going to apply this on the other side. And we have 2 powder puffs, which is perfect, also from Lottie London. I love that every brand is coming out with these because these are absolutely fabulous for applying powder. So we have the big sis and the little sis right here. Let's start off with the little one. And by the way, I saw this on TikTok. Apply your powder on one side of the puff and then you can use the other side of it. Just loop it through. And then you have like 2 puffs in one basically. Because I was only using one side for the longest time, but you can, you know, you get it. Yeah, see this concealer already, like I can just see it. It gets kind of crepey on my under eyes. It's kind of doing that already. So really got to blend that out before you set. Well, it's definitely pink. It's just like pink. It's not very bright like a lot of my other pink powders are. It's almost like salmon. Let's try Mean Girls on the other side. Oh my god. Look at the little puff. It's so little. That is so cute. It's a little heart. Shut up. That is the cutest thing I've seen all day. Why are things that are so tiny so cute? Okay, I gotta use this. You could really get in there though with this and like, you know. I actually don't think the Lottie London powder looks bad. It feels really, really smooth. It's very finely milled. It's just not very bright. I'm kind of used to pink powders being a little bit more brightening, but it actually does look pretty seamless. I definitely want to keep using it. I always reuse my products a bunch of times, so I will use this with my favorite concealers because I don't really love that one from Ulta, to be honest. But back to the Mean Girls powder. It smells a little bit like strawberries. We're gonna use the little tiny puff. It's actually really soft. Like, you know how sometimes certain puffs that come with your powder, they're just really thin? But this one, it's tiny, but I think it's mighty. It feels good. And you can really get in there and like concentrate the powder right where you want it. You see how this one already, you can see it's a little bit more bright than Lottie London. Oh, that's pretty. I think I already like the Makeup Revolution one more. It just gives a little bit more of like that smooth, bright effect. Whereas Lottie London just gives more like a pink salmon kind of look. Oh wait, is this glowy? Oh yeah, Makeup Revolution, it has a little bit of like a sheen to it, the powder, so it's not fully matte. Kind of gives Elf Halo Glow vibes a little bit, but a little bit more of a sheen. That looks good though. It's pretty. I like this little puff too. Oh yeah, see? Bright pink, salmon pink. I think the Makeup Revolution for me is gonna do it. That is really cute. packaging, everything. I wasn't gonna buy this too because I'm like, oh, I don't need another powder, but I'm glad I did. This is lovely. We have new highlighters here. These are also from Essence, the liquid highlighters. It's just like the blush, Baby Got Glow. And this one is in Breezy Bronze, Sassy Silk. I don't really use liquid highlighter sometimes because I'm scared it ruins my makeup up top, but we're gonna just try it because like it's fine. I'm gonna just put a little bit. That just oozed out. So we're gonna do some on the other side as well. And I'm actually, that smells good. It smells like candy. I'm gonna use my little blush brush that I was using. This is the BK Beauty 109. I'm gonna just tap that in because sometimes with the finger it can look a little splotch. Ugh, I don't know. Liquid highlighters are like, they could be pretty, but they're not always like my go-to makeup product. Like I'd rather just use a powdered highlighter if anything. But I still like to try them, you know? Okay, wait, that actually looks better than I was expecting. That looks pretty. It blends even over the powder. I think it has like a good blend to it. Oh, okay, that's cute. It's like, gives a little glow. Ooh, let me blend this in before it starts drying up because I feel like it does dry really quick too. Yeah, it dries quick. Oh gosh, I think I just ruined my makeup a little bit. And I'm drawing so much attention to that zit. I don't like how fast this dries. I feel like liquid highlighters in general, they usually do dry really quick and I don't like that. Makes it kind of more difficult to work with. I just realized I didn't use powder on the rest of my face and I'm just putting this over top. Gotta work quickly with it. I'm talking too much. I should just blended it out immediately, but okay. Blended better than I thought. This side I think just looks better, but I think it's just because this pimple right here, it's like messing with me. So pretend that's not there, but it doesn't look terrible. It's not as glittery as I thought it was going to be. It does dry really fast, but I think it actually blends like pretty decently. I almost forgot to set the rest of my face. I'm just going to use my Pretty Smart Photo Blur powder in medium neutral. I don't know. It's like, it's just for me personally, not a product that I use all the time in my routine, but I think it still had a pretty decent blend to it. It just dries a little bit more quickly than what I would like. Also, I kind of feel like the blush is a little bit like faded, right? Like you can't really see it that much over the powder. That's why sometimes, like I said with the cream, don't be scared to do too much of this under your powder because then it kind of just tones it down anyways once you set it, you know? So we're gonna add a little bit more. And I'm going to use a little bit more of this just to kind of emphasize this a tad more. I really actually love this entire Mean Girls collection. I think this is really, really cute. No, but see, actually the glow looks pretty though. Like it's smooth. It's not as like glittery or streaky as I thought, but I'm going to keep playing around with it because it actually does look pretty. I'm gonna add some bronzer. I know for a fact this is not new, but I have it in my little drugstore stash because I've never used it. It's the Revolution Bronzer Reloaded. It's just like a baked bronzer. I'm gonna just add a little bit of this on my forehead. And this one is in Long Weekend. We're pretty glowy, so I'm like, let's just add more glow. Why not? This is a BK Beauty A507. It's just like a little angled brush. Oh, that's pretty. It's very sun-kissed and glowy. Clearly, I'm still in summer mode. I mean, I'm not fully there with the fall makeup yet, but we will get there. I'm just still honestly enjoying the last little bits of summer because technically it's still summer. Technically. Oh, I like that. That looks really smooth and bronzy. You see like a little sun-kissed glow. I like this. Has a good amount of pigment too. Just adding a little bit down here. I just randomly thought of another early 2000s movie, A Cinderella Story. That is also one of my favorites. I love Hilary Duff in general. Like, she has some of my all-time favorite movies. And it's funny because one of my favorite things to do as of lately, just to like comfort my inner child, is watch Lizzie McGuire while I color in the evenings. That's like my form of relaxation. Lizzie McGuire, her outfits, so iconic. I always wanted to dress like her when I was growing up, but in general I just really love Hilary Duff, and her movies are very comforting as well. So I just thought of that. That bronzer I love. Last but not least, we have some new lip oils from Hard Candy to try. So we're gonna do some lip swatches. I have a new lip liner. It's a new shade. It's from Hard Candy in the shade First Move. But we're gonna just try these out with no lip liner so we can see the true color, and then I'll do a lip combo at the end. So let's start off with the color Pink Play. Packaging looks like this. Oh, that's gorgeous. Pink Play. Very pretty. This would look gorgeous with a brown lip liner. I actually have a good amount of pigment. It's a very like just creamy high shine finish. There's no shimmer or anything to it. This is really cute. I like this one. Pink Play. I like the packaging too. I think that also goes really well with the makeup look. I'm probably gonna end up using that color. I like it. Next color is Sugar Spin. They all smell the same. Oh, I love. This would also look really good. Honestly, I feel like most lip combos look amazing with a brown lip liner. There is Sugar Spin. I like this color. It's a little similar to Honey Talks from e.l.f. So if you're into like that really neutral brown shade, you're gonna like this one. I like this too. This is nice. It definitely feels like a true lip oil. It's hydrating. It's not sticky. It doesn't feel as thick as a gloss. So it's a little bit less intense, but it does give also, I think, some good pigment for a lip oil. Berry Bounce is next. I like this color too. This is really gorgeous for fall. These are so pretty. Wow, I'm very impressed with the pigment on these for a lip oil. Feels fabulous. Berry Bounce. I love ya. This is a good color. Last but not least, Ruby Rush. That's such a cute name, Ruby. Any rubies out there? There has to be one ruby at least watching this video. They all smell really good. They have just a really mild scent, nothing too crazy. Okay, Hard Candy said pigment. The shade of this red I think is very pretty. It's a little bit brighter than what it looks like in the packaging. See, this looks a little bit more of like a deeper red, but I love this. Now I have to add some lip liner. I don't know what I was expecting, but these exceeded my expectations. I've tried other Hard Candy lip oils that are a little bit more on the clear side and they feel really good, but these are definitely much more pigmented and vibrant. We're gonna go in with First Move from Hard Candy. These are the Insta Pout lip liners. I don't remember if I've ever tried this color. I want to say that I didn't. I feel like it's new, but I don't know. I do really like these though, and you also get a little brush on the other end so you could use it to blend and diffuse out your lip liner. This is a good one. I like this a lot. I think I'm gonna go with the pink shade because I feel like it's just very flattering with the makeup look. Again, this one is in Pink Play. I love a good pink and brown combo. Oh, I love these. This is too good. This lip combo right here. The woman was too stunned to speak. I'm gonna do Essence eyeliner. This one is in the shade But First Espresso. I'm gonna do a touch of this mascara, even though I don't love it, but just to add a little something to the lower lash line. I think I'll use it for the lower lash line because it does give, like, you can see some significant length there. I think I'll just continue using this on my lower lash line because it's a little bit too wet for my top, but it does make my lower lashes, I think, look pretty long. I'm gonna add just a touch more powder. Pretty smart. Since I added some more of that cream blush, I'm just going to use it to kind of like set it down a little bit, but it is very glowy from that highlighter I used. Last but not least, we're going to set everything, and this is the e.l.f. and Tinder Situationship setting spray. And I love e.l.f. setting sprays. They usually have like a really good mist, so I feel like this one is going to be good. Oh yeah, has that really fine mist. That feels good. It kind of feels like the dewy mist that they came out with earlier in the year, the Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. This kind of gives that same effect, and the mist is just like it, which I love because it's very light and it doesn't like drench your face, but it just gives you like a light little mist to melt in all of your products. And just like that, we have another successful drugstore first impressions in the books. I pretty much loved almost everything. So let's do a quick little recap. Starting off, first of all, this lip mask from Naturium is just fabulous. This is very luxe. It's huge, it's hydrating, it smells really good, it feels amazing. This is a 10 out of 10 winner. The entire Mean Girls collection is perfection. I did not think I was gonna like this as much as I did. Or as much as I do, I should say, but this Burn Book palette, I love it. This entire palette, the quality is on point. I think the shimmers are just beautiful, very glittery, and they just perform really well. They layer really nicely over top. I also really enjoyed the mattes that I used in this palette as well. The cream blush palette is also perfect. This looks really good under powder and over powder. It has a beautiful buildable formula. It's creamy. These are just really easy to work with. The pink powder, also very pretty. It's a little bit more glowy than I was expecting, but I like how bright it looks, and it does look really smooth on the under eyes, so I will continue using this. The two things that I'm not really obsessed with in today's video is definitely the 5D Whip Lift mascara from Revolution. The formula is just a little bit too wet for my liking. I prefer a more dry formula for my straight lashes, but I mean, it's not terrible. I'll continue using it on my lower lashes, but I just don't like it on the top. I actually did like the e.l.f. and Tinder collab. The primer and setting spray feel really good. The primer actually is not as sticky as I thought it was going to be, but it is very hydrating and like velvety on the skin, so I do like this. The setting spray is good. If you have the Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray, you don't need this. It's pretty much like the same thing, honestly, but I do really like it. I like the mist on it. The concealer from Ulta Beauty, I think I need to use this more. I don't know. I feel like every time I use it, I'm just not obsessed with it. You know, I think there's better affordable options out there when it comes to concealers. And when it comes to a hydrating serum concealer, I still love the NYX Bear With Me. That's like my go-to. So I think I'll keep using it, but I can't really say that this is my favorite, honestly. Something about it, I just think it doesn't work well with my under eyes. The Baby Got Blush and Baby Got Glow from Essence, these are actually impressive. I like them more than I thought. I like the highlighter more than I was expecting. Even though it did dry really quick, I feel like now that everything has marinated, it looks very pretty and it reminds me of the high-end version. So this is actually a winner. I also did like the blush. It is very serum-y, but the combo that I did I thought was cute and it blended really well. I do feel like this is a more buildable formula. It's not as pigmented as the cream blush, but it still gave a really pretty wash of color. This bronzer too, I know this is not new, but I actually love how glowy and sun-kissed this looks on the forehead. So this I will also continue using. The lip oils, these are to die for. The way that they glide on the lips, they don't feel sticky whatsoever, but they do feel hydrating. I like these a lot. You will be seeing those for sure. This is the perfect pink and brown lip combo, by the way. I want to definitely use the under eye setting powder from Lottie London more with my favorite concealers because I don't really love it today, honestly. I don't really like how it's not very bright and it just almost like darkened this area a little bit, so I'm going to keep experimenting with it, but I think I like the one from Revolution a little bit more, but we'll see because it's just a first impression. So this was a good video. I really enjoyed playing with everything. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you've tried any of these products, and also if you made it to the end of the video, leave me your favorite early 2000s movies down below in the comments. Make sure to subscribe for new videos every week, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Bye.